Hello everyone, this is Etram, and we're going to be doing some MTGO. So right here I'm looking at a deck. This is a deck I just created offhand. I'd kind of been tuning it since last week, and I'm going to get some music up here in the background in just a moment. And I'm going to be playing against my friend. So our deck is an Orzhov Constellation deck. So let's boot it up here. Did we do? I guess we're doing a single game, so no sideboarding or anything. And here we go. We won the die roll, so yeah. Well, this hand's interesting. Knowing that we have slightly more black sources than white sources, I'm fine with how this looks hand-wise. Um, yeah, we can keep this. Because we can go turn 2 either Brain Maggot or Underworld Coinsmith after hitting our Temple of Silence here. So we'll go Temple of Silence. Do we want a Hopeful Eidolon? No, we don't want that right now because we need to hit another black source to get our actual power online here. Let's see here. What music am I going to run today in the background? Just give me one sec here. So we're going to add this to that. That way I can just have a single repeating track. And we'll make it a little quieter. I think that'll work. I don't know if that's too loud. I'll figure it out once I get around to looking at the video before I post it. So he had mentioned to me that he had been working on a Grixis deck. So we know that he's red, blue, and black. I don't know which is going to affect him more between these three. I'm going to lead out this guy. So that way we can start gaining some life and eventually working on tempoing him out of the game. I think next turn we'll follow up with the Brain Maggot. And he is going to play his own Brain Maggot. Okay. Well, so much for our Brain Maggot, right? I think that's what he gets. I really don't know. We'll see. But I'd imagine he gets the Brain Maggot. Maybe he gets the Master of Feast if he doesn't have a way to deal with it. Nope, he grabbed the Brain Maggot. So that made sense to me. So we'll play our Plains and then smack at him with our Underworld Coinsmith here. He'll take it. And then we're going to play our Spirit of the Labyrinth. So right now, if he was playing Anger of the Gods, it's still favorable for him, but he gives me back a Brain Maggot, so I'm actually fine with him doing some sort of wrathy maneuver like that. So we'll swing in for 5 here. See what he opts to do. Okay, smack him for 5. And he is going to Magma Jet this guy. That's fine, but we're each going to lose a life in the process. And the question is, does he trade here? Nope. I didn't check. Did he put card on bottom, card on top? So he did put one card on top of his library. Alright, so what's he going to do now? Ideally, we would draw another black source, clearly, so we can actually play these cards. Or another white source, so we can, like, bestow this. Worst case, we can, like, play this, and then kind of work from there. So we'll have to figure out how this goes down here. Well, at any rate, He's certainly taking his time. Okay, so he's played another land. And he's smacking me back with the brain maggot. I just got attacked by a maggot that was inside my brain. That is totally strange. And that's a Ralzeric. Interesting. Alright, we're going to lay down this Grim Guardian here. Way we can start making him lose some life as we play other things. Even if we can't kill him using our creatures, we'll kill him using the abilities of our creatures, which is still killing him using our creatures. But you get the picture, right? It's a different way of killing someone. It's interesting that we're sitting. Now, as a quick aside here, we're going to look at our deck list. Uh, right now, we're trying to draw a second black source. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 ways to draw this second black source that we've been trying at. So we'll have to figure out and see what we're able to do. But as of right now, we're kind of sitting here going, well, alright, it'd be nice to have our extra mana. And he's going to tap, untap, and then smack me for one with the brain maggot, probably. Yep, makes sense. Okay. And we hit another Spirit of the Labyrinth. Well, might as well play said Spirit of the Labyrinth. And then smack Ralzeric to keep him in a weakened state. See what Flaming 605 decides to do. And his Ralzeric's just going to take it. Okay. This way we can keep the Ralzeric down in his loyalty, which is good for us. Ooh, a Master of the Feast. You don't say you want me drawing extra cards. How nice of you, because I want you drawing extra cards too. Wait, no I don't. But still, you understand the purpose of it. Ooh, Mana Confluence. Hey, if he wants to kill himself, I'm not going to argue. Now that's an interesting one. With me in a life point advantage, I am perfectly willing to take 2 right now. No, I will not sacrifice a creature. Ooh, hi Athreos. How's it going today? We'll run out Athreos right now. That way I can just run things into his wallow creatures, and then he'll have to either pay 3 or let me get him back, which I am fine with. So we'll run this into his wallow creature, because, I mean, if he doesn't pay 3, I get it back, and then I get to just recast and make him lose more life, so, alright, sure, whatever. Would you like to pay 3 life? No. Okay. So, now we get to draw an extra card, which is our 4th land, which at least allows us to kind of do something. No, we're still stuck on black sources. We're only running 2 Mutavaults because we're trying to prevent us from getting stuck on our mana sources. Ouch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That thing is almost active. That could be very scary. Nope, we'll take the hit. Okay. We're 1 mana shy of being able to just, like, bestow this and swing in for a bunch. So what we're going to do is we're going to shock this in, so that way we can get our own Master of the Feast online here. To trade with his Master of the Feast. And he is going to cast Opportunity. Well, Maybe we should have played the Spirit of the Labyrinth, but then he would have just responded by casting Opportunity, so whatever. Ah, another black source. Go figure. Interesting. So he'll probably cast something so he can swing at me with Mogus. Or he'll do that. Suppose if he has a way to get rid of this and make Mogus active, I just die. But here's hoping that doesn't happen. Or we just die that way. Cool. Well, we're dead. So, yeah. If this was a best out of 3 game, there's a few things I would do differently. Um, okay, we're just gonna go straight into another one, I guess. So yeah, we need to be careful how we do this because we need to make certain we hit double black, which this hand will hit double black, so I'm perfectly fine with it. We won't mulligan. We apparently won the die roll. Yep, we won the die roll. Okay. I'm gonna lead out with a Temple of Silence. Put that on top because that synergizes well with almost all the cards in our deck, so I have no problems with that. Next turn we'll go Swamp, Thoughtseize. Holy crap. Well, we don't care about the Doomblades. The Master Feast is big, but I actually don't mind drawing the cards. Right now, I actually don't want either the Brain Maggot or the Lightning Strike. Less worried about the Lightning Strike because our key creatures have 4 toughness, so we'll get rid of the Brain Maggot. And then play out a Gnarled Scarhide, so that way we can start beating in, and then next turn Grim Guardian, turn after Grim Guardian, and hopefully just do good stuff from there. Did he have that Mana Confluence in hand? No, he has told us that he drew a Mana Confluence. Since he hasn't seen our hand, we can lead out with this Mutable into the Grim Guardian. And he is going to Lightning Strike our Gnarled Scarhide. That's fine. I have no qualms about that. Okay, so he's going to damage himself to play a Master of the Feast here, which is interesting. We'll go Mana Confluence, but we won't use the Mana Confluence. And we'll do that so that way we can get 2 triggers off of the Grim Guardians. And if he swings at us and doesn't have anything back up, we can swing in with both our Grim Guardians, so that's something. Ooh, a Master of the Feast. How nice. We can also bestow his Master of the Feast with Sightless Brawler, which makes it really hard for him to attack, too. Which we can do right now. I'm going to do that. We're going to bestow his guy with the inability to attack. Well, the inability to attack on its own, which right now seems very relevant. Because it means we won't get attacked next turn. So. And we draw an extra card, which is nice. Okay. Looks like we probably get to wrap this game up pretty quickly here. Brain Maggot. Make him lose 2 life. Hit the Brain Maggot on him. Don't care. Only thing I might care about is the Magma Jet because the Magma Jet just gets rid of the Brain Maggot, so we'll get rid of that. This thing's huge if he ever gets to actually use it on the offense. So I have to be careful about that, which is why we're actually not going to play our Master of the Feast right now. We're just going to play this 3/2. And work on just killing him that way. Because next turn he's going to give us an extra card, and then hopefully we can just swing with everything and kill him off with the triggers. So, oh, right, yeah, he has Doomblades in hand. Cool, another Brain Maggot. Whatever. So we have hit for 2, hit for another few. Yeah, we're in good shape so far. That Master of the Feast could be dangerous, but I think we still just get him here because we get him for 1. Yeah, I think we just get him here. Because I get in for 1 with... If I swing with all this, I get in for 1. And I have a Master of the Feast. So he'll lose 2 more life, go to 1, and smack. Take your 1, sir. Take your 1. Or negative. Or take your 3, your choice. Anyways, so that was game 1. His deck's interesting. I'm gonna bring in our Sin Collectors. I'm debating whether or not we bring in our Keening Apparitions. Devour Fleshes could be pretty good versus him. He has a lot of gods in his deck, so Deicide's also fairly good. And this beats back the Brain Maggots. So, Sightless Brawler, though it won us the game, seems fairly, well, not good, but I'm going to take out our 1-drops, which is fine, I think. And I'm going to take out... What else am I going to take out? Heralds of Torment seem pretty weak, but they can just suddenly get us in there out of nowhere. I don't really want him drawing additional cards, so I don't think we want the Master of the Feasts against him. If we bring all that in, that puts us at 62. I could take out these Keening Apparitions. Still have 30 creatures in the deck, and I think we're in good shape. So we'll submit like that. So half our deck is still creatures, which is very nice. And this is a very land-heavy hand, but I'm going to keep it because we Thoughtseize into Spirit of the Labyrinth. So, yeah, I'll keep that. It's a removal versus any of his god effects, so I'm fine with it. So we're going to Thoughtseize him right now. Okay, so he's got a Master, an Essence Scatter, an Anger, and an Opportunity. I'm going to grab the Essence Scatter because I know we can just Deicide the Master next turn. And we will play a Mutavault. So he'll go Swamp Master. Response to the trigger will Deicide it. So we'll play a Confluence, pass. Response to the trigger, Deicide it. So we still get to draw an extra card off his Master, which is nice. And he's going to Thoughtseize us, which will get rid of our Athreos most likely. Yep. Alright, that's fine. So he knows we have these 5 cards here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play this Plains that he knows I have. Play out the Spirit of the Labyrinth, and then play out... Well, no, I don't want to overload the... Well, if we force him to use the Anger, which I don't even know if he has the extra red mana for the Anger, but if we force the Anger... Oh, never mind, we're not forcing any Angers, I guess. Whatever. So he has an Opportunity in hand, and what else? Well, we'll know in a second, because we drew a Brain Maggot. Oh, Opportunity Anger is his hand. So we'll grab the Opportunity. He can keep his Anger, as I hit him for 5 in the face. So the only card in his hand is Anger of the Gods, which is good for him, but it's not going to win him the game right now because he's missing that second red source. So, yeah. And now I can even do this. We'll bestow this. So that way it won't die to an Anger of the Gods. Because now it's a 4/4 flyer. Boom. And he's dead? Yep. Alright. Well, I'm gonna talk. Okay, 1 second. Fine. I guess we're doing best out of 3 matches, or things here. Uh. Okay. Last game, or last match for this video. If we're just doing so many matches in one video is just awkward, personally, but we'll figure it out. That way, at least he knows that there's a limit, because, well, otherwise, I don't mind continually just playing against him, but yeah. So as he's about to see here with his brain maggot, we have 1,000,000,000 2-drops. We lose the brain maggot, sure. Uh, Underworld Coinsmith, gain some life. Okay. That he's probably going to play out. Nope, not what I expected. I expected a Master of the Feast. Alright, whatever. Can play this newly minted Mana Confluence because I want to play both a Coinsmith and a Gnarled Scarhide. Scarhide. Very gnarled. Gain me some life. Okay. Next turn we can even like bestow our Eidolon and just kind of get there. Alright, what's he got now? Oh, a Jace. Interesting. Plussing the Jace. I honestly don't really care. Okay, we have a choice here. We can either go Athreos or Eidolon. If we go with the Eidolon, it gives 1, 2, 3, 4 to something. I'm gonna play out the Athreos just in case he has some way to kill off things. Plus, Athreos is active right now, which makes it really good for that purpose. If we swing everything at Jace, Jace takes 3. If I swing 2 things at him, yeah, we'll swing 2 things at him and 1 thing at Jace. So that way we can likely get Jace pegged for 1. Here, keep him down in his loyalty. Okay. Another Temple of Epiphany after plussing his Jace. So right now he's just trying to hold out against us, which is good for us, bad for him. So, let's bestow this, shall we? On to... Or actually, wait. Do I want to bestow it? If I swing at him, he has to block this. He'll take 3, go to 6. Then we can make him lose 2 life at the end of turn. I think that's how we'll do that. So everything at him right now. We'll see what he has here. Well, there's going to be something coming up. Lose some life. Lose some life. We'll just do that right now. What you gonna do? You gonna pay some life? No. Okay. You gonna pay more life? You can pay yourself straight to dead. No? Oh, fine. Whatever. Okay, so he's at 5. Which puts us in a pretty advantaged position here. Forced him to use 2 burn spells, and this Mana Confluence is just killing him here. The Kronos is interesting, but I'm not too worried about it, actually. So what we're going to do is we're going to go with this. Gain a life. I can play another one. Gain another life, and activate Athreos. And then I can smack him, forcing him to block this time. Because otherwise he dies. And, well, generally speaking, you don't want to die in Magic. It's not a preferred way to go about your game. So he has to throw that in front of Athreos. He takes 1. And I get my Brain Mega back. Oh, he has a Rakdos return. Interesting. So he'll bolt one of these guys probably. And then I don't know how he lives from there, because if I can, which I know I can, but maybe he doesn't hope. Maybe he's hoping I can, and turn Athreos back on. But even then, I can still make him lose with the Underworld Coinsmith. So his odds here are very slim. You can have a Ral Zarek or anything else. What you want, buddy? You're gonna take a Ral Zarek, play your Ral Zarek, bolt that, and then I just have to play 1, 2, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. Bam. Kill him. Yep. Okay. So our sideboard is going to be pretty similar to last time. We're going to bring in our ways to get rid of stuff. Okay. And we're going to take out the ways which make him draw cards. We're going to take out our 1-drops, is what I believe we did last time. And then put all those in. There we go. Basically, we just took out a little bit of creature mass in order to give us more tricks. So, well, it gets us our double mana in any colors. We have a bunch of 2-drops. I'll try it. It's a little weak, but it could work. So I'm not going to knock it before I've tried it. And the extra mana confluence there helps a decent bit. So, yeah, we'll keep that guy on top. So next turn, Confluence, Spirit, or actually probably Confluence, Underworld, Coinsmith. I think we go Underworld, Coinsmith, Spirit, or actually Underworld, Coinsmith, Guardian, then 2 things. We'll see what he opts to get with this, and that'll adjust my plan as need be. Okay, he took our Spirit of the Labyrinth, which is fine by us. I'm not too worried about it. So we'll go our Underworld Coinsmith here. So we lose a life and then we regain a life, so it doesn't. It's a zero-sum effect there. He's going to help stem our tide of life loss from our mana confluences, so works out pretty well. Always yield to that. 5 rivers encircle Theros, flowing with waters more ancient than the world itself. And that's a font of fortunes. How badly do you need to draw cards for you playing Font of Fortunes in Standard? I have no clue. Not a drop. This turn we're actually going to do this instead. We're going to go Temple of Silence, because the Temple of Silence will get us this guy bestowed next turn, which I'm fine with. Yeah, Thoughtseize can stay where it is, actually. We won't end up bestowing a guy next turn. What we're gonna do is we're gonna Thoughtseize him and play our Grim Guardian next turn. So white, Sightless Brawler, we lose a life, we gain a life, zero-sum effect. He's popping that Font of Fortunes, because he needs mana, apparently. Okay. Let's Thoughtseize him. Be seized, sir. Be seized. Well, I don't really like either of these, but I'd like to get my creature through this turn, so we're going to take the Essence Scatter. Lose 2 life, gain a life, make him lose a life. All sorts of fun stuff. And smack at him for 5. So he's got a Thoughtseize in hand, which is unfortunate. It means we lose one of these two guys, but I'm perfectly fine with it. So what did he's got Ralzeric. So he's going to probably blast this guy? Yep, okay, that makes sense. So we blasted that guy. On our turn, we can bestow either of these, or we can do this. What did he have left in hand? Thoughtseize Karanos. And he played his Temple of Epiphany. Did he have the Temple of Epiphany? He did. So he's got Thoughtseize for us to grab with Sin Collector, or we can just smack him for a whole bunch here by bestowing this onto this guy. Smack that at Ralzeric. So that way, if he wants his Ralzeric to stay alive, he'll block. Otherwise, whatever. Okay, he wants his Ralzeric alive. Interesting. Okay. And he's going to just blast that so he doesn't die to that. That makes sense. Karanos? Karanos. Or Karanos, or whatever. If I draw a land, I can just win here. Well, actually I still can just win here. I need a land or a 2-drop, I guess I should have said. Because we go this guy, he loses a life. Actually, I just didn't even need anything. He was just dead. Because any of my creatures here would have made him lose a life. Giving 1 power here, he kind of dies. So this deck's got some cool synergies to it. Yeah, okay. Alright. Well, that was a video of me playing 2.5 matches versus my friend's Grixis deck. And now he's asking for a list. We'll go over that in a little bit. I will have... I'm actually going to go over the list right now with you guys, now that you've seen it in action. Our list includes a solid number of 3-drops. We have 5 types of 3-drops here. We have 4 Grim Guardians, 3 Athreos, 3 Herald of Torment, 3 Master of the Feast, 3 Eidolons of Courage. For our 2-drops, we're going to move these back all into one pile so that way I can explain out the 2-drops. Our 2-drops are 4 Underworld Coinsmith, 4 Spirit of the Labyrinth, 4 Sightless Brawler, and 3 Brain Maggots. So move all those over. Our 1-drops, pair of Hopeful Eidolon, a pair of Gnarled Scarhides, 3 Thoughtseizes. For our lands, we have a playset of Mana Confluences, playset of Godless Shrines, playset of Temple of Silence, 2 Mutavault, 5 Swamps, and 3 Plains. In our sideboard, we have an Agent of Erebos, just in case we go up against a graveyard-based deck, Sin Collectors, which I might move up to 3, I haven't quite decided, but that's what we're going with right now. Pair of Doomblades, 3 Devour Flashes, 2 Keening Apparitions, just in case we open instant enchantment decks, we have those, and a pair of Deicides, and then we have 3 Aegis of the Gods. Alright, well, as per usual everyone, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, invite a friend. I always enjoy more company. And yeah, I hope you all have a great night.